In a quiet little stable in a quiet little country lived a quiet little man. He was once a happy, married man, but all that was snatched away when his wife perished, a death he blamed on her ability to wield powerful magics. He was left bitterly alone to raise their son, fearing that talent would be passed down. They had named their son Bo because they had such great hopes for him. But on one fateful morning, the old man's fears were realized. As Bo groomed a prize white horse, his talent manifested with a poof and a bang. The death of his wife still haunted him, and the uncontrolled power that his son now wielded struck fear into the heart of the old man, who could not even look his own son in the eye. Knowing that this talent made Bo a danger to all around him, he left the quiet little home with a heavy heart. His only hope was to seek out a legendary wizard to help him control his power. Bo walked and walked, pausing to sleep only when he could no longer see the road, and eating only when even the birds could hear his stomach growl. He avoided the company of others, his power simply too dangerous to risk their safety. At long last, Bo stood before the immaculate white home of the ancient wizard, a place he had sought out with such determination. Before his trembling hand could knock upon the door, it swung open, revealing an ancient bearded man with unearthly eyes. The aged wizard invited Bo inside, like he was an expected guest. Like any good host, he offered the road-weary Bo a glass of wine. But much to their shock and dismay, Bo's touch turned the wine to flame. Bo told them of his tale, of a quiet little home left behind. It had been many years since the bearded man had taken any students, but seeing Bo's talent and hearing his story, the wizard felt compelled to take him in and train him. And that's what they did. Train. After 3 years and 1 day, Bo's training was complete, save for one final test to prove he had learned to fully control his power. Bo was to journey to the southern caves where an evil dragon made its lair and slay it. The fight was long and terrible. The beast shot flame from its maw and slashed at Bo with razor-sharp claws. Bo used every spell and trick he had learned, battling fire and darkness with mind and magic. The sounds of battle carried on into the night, heard in faraway villages. Children refused to go to sleep out of fright, and their parents could do nothing to console them. As dawn broke on the mouth of the cave, it was Bo who was still standing, blackened and wounded, but victorious. In recognition of his mastery over the dangerous gift he held, the wizard bestowed upon Bo the mark of a true wizard. But this was not all the wizard had to give, for he was indeed very ancient, and all things must leave this world someday. To Bo, his last and greatest apprentice, he left his estate, and all the responsibilities that came with it, knowing full well the boy would do great things. Yet one thread remains still loose in this tale. What of Bo's father? It was not long before Bo invited his father to the secluded wizard fortress that was now his home. Though neither knew what to say at first, and much had changed. The bond of family is not so easily broken, and can be swiftly mended if the will is found.